Hello everyone. I love this time of year. Late summer, early fall. It's very nostalgic for me. It reminds me of childhood, starting school, harvest time. Right now it's September, which is technically still considered a part of summer, but we have a lot of cool days here in Minnesota. Like right now it's 60 degrees outside, but looks like it's going to warm up a bit again this coming week. Every year I like to put aside some time and find ways to enjoy this season. So like summer, you have activities, traditions, festivities that are associated with the summer season. So like beaches, vacation, festivals, camping. Winter, you have skiing, ice skating, hot chocolate, and of course you have the holidays. Fall, you have Halloween and Thanksgiving. I just like to take some time to enjoy the season and the month without the holidays. So I don't get into, the Halloween spirit until well into the month. Same for Thanksgiving. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about some ways and like things that I do to enjoy the season. So, fall is harvest time. So I love cornfields, apple orchards, pumpkin patches, sunflower fields. Apple orchards are gorgeous. So, I love to go there and hang out. They usually have fall themed things going on. Like they'll have apple cider, apple donuts, different kind of apple treats. They'll usually also have like a corn maze or hayride or petting farm. Oh yeah, I always enjoy my time when I go to the apple orchards, and just enjoy the fresh fall air. And then there's also pumpkin patches. Like, you can't get more fall themed than pumpkins. I love pumpkin patches. I think they are just adorable, magnificent gardens. So yeah, I also love to go to the pumpkin patch and pick out a pumpkin, set it next to a candle or some fall decor. I don't decorate that much or have knickknacks and things of that sort, but yeah, I do like to pick up a pumpkin from the pumpkin patch and just set that around the house. Next thing is I like to make fall themed food. So, I think of pumpkin, squash. So I like to make like pumpkin bread, pumpkin bars, and I like to make my own lattes. You know how Starbucks has like a pumpkin spice latte? I like to make my own version at home with actual, pumpkin. So yeah, it's just coffee, milk, a bit of pumpkin puree, and then some cinnamon, ginger, and nutmeg, cloves. I also like to make what I call a banana chai latte. So what I do is I blend up some milk with some banana, then I heat that up on the stovetop, and then I add some spice to that. So, the same spice, cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, clove. So yeah, I have my fall drinks here at home. And then, I also love squash. I love cooking up squash. Squash reminds me of fall so much. So, there's spaghetti squash. You can basically use that in place of spaghetti noodles. So yeah, I love to make like spaghetti squash, and then I'll make a sauce for it, a tomato sauce with like ground turkey, and then I'll add more veggies to the sauce like zucchini, eggplant, and then there's also butternut squash. I love butternut squash soup. It's delicious, and I like to use butternut squash in a lot of the same ways that you could use sweet potatoes. So yeah, I like to use butternut squash in those ways as well, like roasting it and adding it to a salad or using it in a tray bake, something like that. I also like to make stews, with squash. So yeah, I can do like a stew with a tomato base, maybe add like potatoes, zucchini, and I like to do like a pumpkin chili. So yeah, you just have the normal chili ingredients, but just add pumpkin puree and then, some of the spices associated with fall, pumpkin spice, those spices, cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, clove, or like I also like to make like a pumpkin porridge. The other thing I like to do is just go for a walk, go for an afternoon walk around the neighborhood or around a park or on some hiking trails and just enjoy the cooler air and the changing colors of the leaves. Then there's fall fashion. I love fall fashion. So, darker colors, burgundy, mustard, burnt orange, darker blues, darker makeup. I also think cheetah print suits the fall time. And yeah, this top I have on seems like it's fall themed to me. I don't know the colors. It's giving fall to me, and I love like the plaid. Fall fashion definitely gets me in the fall mood, and you also can get out your cute jackets and boots. Next I have fall camping. A lot of people associate camping with summer, and yeah, I get that, but I don't know, the campfires, s'mores, it gives me fall vibes. So yeah, I love fall camping. I think it's such a fun way to enjoy the season. Also, you can go to a cabin. Yeah, we have, in Minnesota we call it going up north. There's lots of cabins up there that you can rent out in the forest. I think I've heard of people going out to stay in a cabin in the winter, but yeah, I don't know. I think it gets a little bit too cold up here for that. But yeah, I think fall's a great time to, go up to a cabin, stay in a cabin and enjoy the fall weather. Bring a big comfy robe and get nice and bundled up. Lastly, I have movies. So yeah, I don't know why drive-in movies make me think of fall. I think because when I was a kid we went to see Hocus Pocus there. But yeah, I love the idea of drive-in movies around the fall time. You have to cut off your car engine and everything, so you might want to bring like blankets and then like some snacks, maybe like some Halloween treats. Yeah, I love that idea. Around fall time you have Halloween coming up, scary movies. I love scary movies. I made a video a while back about my favorite scary movies if you want to check it out. So yeah, I love to, put on scary movies, around October, whatever, coming closer to Halloween. Just have it playing. It gets me in the spooky mood for Halloween. I haven't really seen the newer horror movies. The last ones I saw, I didn't really care for that much. I think it was like Slender Man, and I think it was like Ma. Ma was an okay movie, but it just wasn't that scary to me. And Slender Man, I just didn't care for it that much. But yeah, I kind of like grew up, knowing about horror movies. So yeah, I like the old school horror movies. So like Children of the Corn, Pet Sematary, Urban Legend, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Scream. Yeah, there were, a good amount of horror movies back in the day. I've seen most of them. I thought they were pretty good, but yeah, I did make a video about my favorite horror movies if you want to check it out. I'll link it down below. There's also movie soundtracks, I like to put on sometimes, that kind of put me in, well, I guess more of the Halloween mood. I like the Ring soundtrack, The Village, Hocus Pocus. You can also find like Halloween or like spooky ambiance here on YouTube. So yeah, I like to put on a soundtrack or like a spooky ambience to help me get into the fall and Halloween spirit. But Halloween time is just through October. Then you have the whole month of November and part of December. So, I'll also like to put on like a family movie or a romance movie that has the holiday season, in there or is based on the holiday season. Yeah, I'll like to, put on those types of movies. But yeah, anyways, that's going to be it for the fall things that I like to do and the ways I like to enjoy the season. I hope you all have a good fall season 2025. Bye.